Most people think the US economy started with the Industrial Revolution. Or maybe the gold rush. But they're wrong. Before the dollar, before capitalism, and long before the first skyscraper, there was a massive, sophisticated economic engine already humming across this continent. And if you don't understand how it worked, you'll never understand why the modern American system looks the way it does. Let's go back. Picture the year 1600. Somewhere between 5 and 10 million people are living across what we now call the United States. They weren't just living, they were thriving in organized tribes. Now, when I say tribe, don't think of something primitive. Think of a network. A community tied together by blood, land, and a very specific set of economic rules. These weren't random groups, they were specialized societies that mastered their environment long before Europe even knew they were here. Let's look at the map. First, the Northeast. Modern-day New York and Pennsylvania. Here, the Iroquois Confederacy reigned. They were the masters of the Three Sisters, maize, beans, and squash. Their economy wasn't about who owned the dirt, it was about collective survival. Interestingly, this exact region would later become the financial heart of the world. Shift down to the southeast. Think Georgia and the Carolinas. Tribes like the Cherokee built permanent villages. They weren't just hunting, they were storing surplus. They had stability. Later, this very soil would be transformed into the massive plantation systems of the South. Now, head to the Great Plains. The Dakotas, Kansas, Nebraska. This was the land of the Sioux. Their economy was mobile. It followed the bison. They didn't believe you could own a piece of the earth any more than you could own the wind. Today, this is America's breadbasket. Finally, the Southwest. Arizona and New Mexico. The Pueblo peoples were doing the impossible, farming the desert. They built complex irrigation and stone cities. They proved that even in a wasteland, you could build a powerhouse through engineering. Across all these different peoples, 3 rules kept the world turning. 1. Subsistence, you produced what you needed to live, not to get rich. 2. Barter, no coins, no credit cards, just direct, face-to-face exchange. 3. Collective land, the idea of buying a forest was literally nonsensical to them. There was no hoarding. There was no real estate market. There was just the land, and the people who lived with it. But here's the thing, the American economy we see today didn't grow out of these systems. It was built by replacing them. The story of the US is the story of 2 worlds colliding, one that believed land was a gift, and one that believed land was an asset. Next time, we're diving into why Europe showed up, and the ruthless economic theory called mercantilism that changed everything.